Welcome back to BaldHeaded Metal, guys, and welcome back to another The Warning reaction. This is a highly requested song because I mentioned a couple times I really like System of a Down, and you guys recommended me the song Dust to Dust as something that is in the vein of System of a Down. I'm going to look forward to checking that out if that's true. And there's also been a couple of things that have been said on the past video I did of The Warning that I want to address also at the end of the video, so we can have, again, an interesting conversation, an exchange of ideas, agree to disagree or disagree completely. We'll see how it kind of goes. With that being said, let's get into it and see what we got. Yeah, I see what you guys mean when you said that it has that vibe. It's just one thing, I don't think anybody has been successfully be able to copy what System of a Down did, if for the exception of Maximum the Hormone, the Japanese band. I think this is going to have like a feeling of Serge Tankian, the way he would sing and the way they would create some kind of rhythms, but I'm sure it's not going to have the craziness of System of a Down, the up and down in rhythms that they used to have that they were so famous for, because I don't think it's in the style of The Warning and what they like to do. But it really is an interesting approach to the song, and I'm really enjoying kind of the mood they're setting. Yeah, they have this just kind of a really beautiful blend of old school and new school, right? You almost can hear the old 60s and 70s bands they were inspired by, but you can see their own inspirations from modern bands that they're kind of putting in there, especially as a younger band. See, this gives you more of a White Stripes kind of vibe, to be honest. Less so than System of a Down. This gives you more of a White Stripes or Queens of the Stone Age vibe. If anybody could tell me who that guy is who just randomly came into the song. It's nice to see a drummer take the stage with the vocals. Yeah, it's really nice. Like they have this total rock attitude. Everybody sings in the band. I think it's a nice approach to the band in general. The way they kind of doing it. It's very Beatles kind of reminds you of Beatles, right? Everybody in the Beatles was able to sing, write songs. They were performers on top of their game. Yeah, it's a different kind of a song. I wasn't expecting to hear this. When you guys said that it sounds like a System of the Down song, you know, I expected that kind of craziness to it. But it reminded me more of the White Stripes and the Queens of the Stone Age, to me personally. Still a good song. I like it. I think it was a fun song to listen to. But the thing I want to address, I think it's an interesting talking point, right? Just understand the point before I begin, so you guys understand where I'm coming from. It's not an attack on any fandom. It's not an attack on any personal, any specific person. Even though if you are watching this video, we had this kind of conversation on the channel as well. Is that I've had this already a couple of times happen to me where whatever band I'm reacting to, a fan of the band or a particular listener of this band loves them so much that they put them at the top of their list. They say they're in a league of their own. There's nobody like them. They are the best out there. And I think these are very kind of extreme terms to put anybody into a box. And especially a young band. I understand that they're very talented. You know, all the girls can sing. They write songs. They really display their skills as musicians. You know, the level for music in general, right? With the years, just like the level for sports, the level for cinema, it rises as the time goes by because techniques improve. We try to up the generation before us. We grow as musicians. But to put somebody at the top of their game with, what I understand, they have maybe 2 or 3 CDs, albums that they've released, and to put them on top of the game automatically, to me, it's kind of an exaggeration, personally. I think they're great, and I think they're fun. But for example, I gave the example of there's so many bands out there that you'll never know about because they're not as accessible as this band is, and they're just as talented, you know? So who do you put on top of the game? It becomes a personal preference. What do you like? What do you prefer? What is to your liking? I have no problem with somebody saying, this is my favorite band. I put them on top of the list of everybody else. That's great. But to say that they should be on top of everybody's list, or you know, some claims were made like they are signed by the biggest record label, and I looked at Lava Records, and then I compared them to the top 10 record labels out there. It's not the top label, you know, and it doesn't make the label bad or anything like that. It's just like people make certain claims to validate their point of opinion and how good this particular band is. And I'm just trying to come in with an objective point of view, which sometimes is not the best thing because I've pissed off Love Bites fans. In extent, I pissed off some Bandmate fans and some other bands because I like to speak my mind of what I feel about a particular band. And then a fan comes into this channel, hear all this, and just gets emotional. How could you say this about a band I like? I'm not saying they're bad, and you have the right to feel the way you do. It's just I don't feel the same. That's where I'm coming from. There's actually a lot of bands I put as some of my favorites, and I don't think they belong. You know, just you kind of know where I'm coming from. To put in a league of their own, there can only be a couple. There can only be a couple of, for example, when I listen to albums throughout the year, there can only be a couple of masterpieces. Every album can't be a masterpiece. Every album can't be complete dog shit, right? It's not how it works. It's a bell-shaped curve. You know, there's some albums that are really bad. There are some albums that are out of this world, and most of them are kind of in the middle. And then our taste and preferences come in as well to see. For me, also, how much you sell is not a merit of how good a band is. For example, in the melodic death metal genre, I discovered Bellacore this year, and they are phenomenal in their talent. How well they write their songs, how well they do everything. Many people don't even know who they are. They're not on top of other people's radar and who are into that kind of music. And I'm sure the same exists in the genre of rock. I think what helps them is that they are talented, they know their music, they write their music, but they're also, good-looking girls. It helps. I know it's wrong to point that out, but it helps in their success. The fact that they have an accessible sound. And when I say poppy, maybe I should say accessible instead of poppy. A lot of people get pissed off when I say poppy. They're very accessible in their sound as well. It opens the doorways for them to be more successful as a band in monetary value, in how many shows they sell, but it doesn't automatically make them better than somebody else. And I say that because I remember I made this comparison of Liliac and The Warning, and The Warning fans like, oh, don't talk about Liliac here because they've disrespected The Warning. I don't know why people take such strong stances among different bands. I didn't care what Metallica or Megadeth said to each other and what kind of rivalry they had. And they had a really bad rivalry, And among other bands and other genres or whatever it may be, I've never got myself involved in it. I'm there just for the music. And I think also from a Warnings fans standpoint, I think you guys should give Liliac a break. Most of them are in their teens. One of them is beyond in their 20s. They're very young. And when it was said, it's just like, I don't think we should hold on to negative things like that. Okay, they said that, let's keep going. I didn't know that information going to the music video, But I'm getting a little bit long-winded here. I don't want to keep going with a reaction, that's short, and I'm expanding how. But I thought I would express how I feel in the video, because more of you guys will get to see it. I would love to hear your disagreements and where you think I am wrong or where you think I'm right, and just a general conversation. I think personally, The Warning, Liliac, they're both wonderful, talented young people that both deserve, to grow and expand. And whatever arrogance was shown on the side of Liliac, they will outgrow it as well. It happens. We all have those moments. Think of yourselves, for those who are older, and I know there's quite a few older folks watching this. Think of yourselves when you're in the teens and 20s. You were the same way. A lot of us did a lot of arrogant and stupid things, and then we've grown out of it and grown to be adults and even regretted it. Who knows? Maybe they'll be friends in the future. That being said, great song. I enjoyed it. I hope I don't just piss people off, and you kind of see where I'm coming from, that I'm just trying to create a conversation. And make sure you enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe, guys.